I was born without a voice. From the moment I entered this world, silence clung to me like a second skin. In my village, they whispered that I was cursed, a child of bad omens, destined for misfortune. But my hands, oh my hands, they could speak. They found their voice in the rhythm of the drum. And so when I disappeared into the night all those years ago, no one knew the truth. No one knew that my fate had been sealed long before I ever touched that sacred drum. For years I wandered, trapped between the living and the dead, bound to a rhythm not my own, waiting for another to take my place. And when young Osei, bold and full of life, struck the drum, hidden deep in the forest, I knew the spirits had chosen. The cycle had continued. Osei, like me, had been lured by the call of the drum. He played it, his hands swift, his heart light, but the moment the last beat echoed into the wind, the spirits came for him. The road behind him disappeared. The air thickened, shadows lengthening around him. He had entered the realm where I had once been bound, where the silent ones waited. And now Osei was one of them. The drum had found its new keeper, but Osei was not one to accept fate blindly. He was clever, determined. He discovered the whispers of the spirit, the forgotten truth hidden in time. That the drum was not just a curse, but a test. A test that for generations had never been broken until Osei defied it. With courage and cunning, he did what none before him had done. He played the drum, not for the spirits, but against them. He played with the rhythm that was not theirs, but his own. He shattered the silence, and with it, the chains that bound him. The spirits shrieked, the ground trembled, and the drum's chords cracked, unraveling. Osei escaped, leaving the drum behind, leaving me behind. But the spirits do not forget. They do not forgive. Years passed. The drum lay silent, waiting, watching, and then she came, Naya, a girl unlike any other, young, blind, yet with the spirit of a warrior. She had never seen the world, yet she felt its pulse in the earth beneath her feet. She did not need eyes to understand rhythm. Rhythm lived within her. And when she stumbled upon the drum, fate whispered once more. She touched it, and the drum stirred. The ground shifted. The air trembled. The moment her hand struck the skin of the drum, the world around her disappeared. She was no longer in the village, but elsewhere. Somewhere cold, vast, eternal. The realm of the silent ones. I once again watched from the shadows. Naya was different. She could not see the spirits. She could not see their twisted forms, their hollow eyes, their outstretched hands. And so she did not fear them. She played, but not as they commanded. She played as she wished. Her hands dancing over the drum's surface, weaving a song of freedom. And then she heard it, a voice she had never known, yet recognized instantly. Her mother. Trapped within the realm, bound to the drum like I had been, her mother had watched, waited, hoping for a day when her child would come. And now she had. But the spirits would not release them both. One had to stay. One had to play forever. A mother's love was stronger than any curse, stronger than any spirit's wrath. She made a choice. Naya wept, her hands gripping the drum, but her mother only smiled. A smile full of love, full of peace, and with one final beat, she shattered the road that led to the spirit's realm. The drum cracked, the curse crumbled. Naya fell back into the world of the living, gasping, the drum silent at her feet, and she saw. For the first time in her life, she saw the skies, the trees, the face of those she loved. Her mother's sacrifice had freed her, had freed all who had ever been bound to the drum. And yet, one question remained. Why had the drum chosen her? As she stood there, staring at the broken drum, an old man approached her. His eyes held the weight of centuries. His voice deep with knowledge. "Do you know Osei?" he asked. Naya shook her head. The man smiled. "He was your great-grandfather. His blood lingers in you, and so you finally broke the curse." The truth settled over Naya like the last notes of a song. The drum had not chosen her by chance. It had been waiting for her all along. Drumming flowed in her bloodline, a rhythm passed down through generations, and she at last had played the final note. But legends never truly end. Even now, when the night is quiet and the wind whispers through the trees, if you listen closely, you might hear it. Soft, steady, unyielding, a single drum beat in the dark, because some rhythms never truly fade. If you enjoyed the story, subscribe, like, and share. Follow me on YouTube for more African folk tales.